I'm James Barris, and I'm here to help you think, speak, and sound like a native English speaker.
So let's jump right in. Have you ever looked at someone and just wondered, how do they do it? How do some people seem to pick up English so fast, so naturally, while other people, maybe even you, feel like they've been stuck in the same place for years? What's the secret?
Well, here's the thing. It's not what you think. It isn't about memorizing thousands of words. It's not about mastering every single complex grammar rule. The real difference, the real key to fluency, doesn't start in your mouth. Nope, it starts right up here, in your mind. It's all about your mindset.
So today, we're going on a little journey. We're not just going to learn English in the old-fashioned way. We're going to rewire your brain for fluency. We're going to build a kind of mental environment where English can just grow, naturally, without all that constant struggle and stress. So let's dive into this secret, shall we?
First off, what even is an English mindset? Well, look at the typical learner mindset. It's totally obsessed with avoiding mistakes. It's full of fear, right? That little voice saying, what if I say it wrong? What if they laugh? The English mindset, though, it's completely different. It says, hey, I'm just trying to communicate, even if it's not perfect. It sees mistakes as proof that you're actually in the gym working out.
I want you to think of it like an ecosystem, or maybe a garden. An English mindset isn't about forcing yourself to think in English 24/7. That's exhausting. It's about creating the right conditions inside your head for the language to just thrive. It's this huge shift from pressure to practice, from studying English as a subject to actually living it.
But before we can build this amazing new mindset, we've got to face what's holding us back. We have to identify and totally defeat the 3 big fluency enemies that are probably blocking your progress right now.
All right, let's talk about enemy number 1. This is the big one, the most common villain of them all, perfectionism. You know that quiet, nagging voice inside your head? The one that tells you to just wait?
Yeah, that one. It says, just study a little more. Practice by yourself until you sound flawless. But here's the secret it doesn't want you to know. That day will never ever come. That voice is a liar.
You have to remember this. Fluency is what leads to perfection, not the other way around. Okay, let's move on to enemy number 2. This one is really sneaky. It's the mental gymnastics of constantly translating everything in your head.
Think about it. Your brain is doing so much work. It's taking an idea in your native language, searching for all the right English words, trying to arrange the grammar correctly, and then, finally, you speak. It's no wonder there's a delay. This habit makes a natural, flowing conversation feel almost impossible.
It's like trying to run a race with your feet tied together. It's just slow and awkward. And that brings us to our third and honestly the most dangerous enemy of them all, a negative identity. This is that self-sabotaging story you might be telling yourself over and over again. Oh, English just isn't for me. Or other people are just naturally better at this. You see? These beliefs, they literally build a wall around your progress. So how do we smash through that wall? We do it by forging a completely new identity. And this, right here, is the absolute core of the English mindset.
So, how do we defeat these enemies and build something powerful and new? We start with the single most powerful tool we have, our identity. This is the truth nobody really tells you about learning a language.
See, your identity shapes everything. It's like a chain reaction. It determines what habits you build. Those habits then build your skills, and eventually those skills lead you to fluency. But it all flows from that very first step, how you see yourself. This really is the core difference. Ask yourself, are you someone who just studies English like it's an extra subject in school? Or are you a bilingual person, someone for whom English is simply a part of who you are?
Okay, so how do we make this identity shift real? I mean, how do we actually do it? Well, it all comes down to your daily habits. It's time for your daily mindset workout. Let's rewire that brain.
And here's the practical part, the part where you start training your brain to think in English. Don't worry, you don't need hours and hours of study. All you need is one super simple rule. The rule is this: just do 1% of your day in English. That's it. So, for example, you could try micro self-talk, just narrating what you're doing. Like, okay, I'm making some tea now. Or you can train your reactions. You see something cool and you just think, oh, wow, that's beautiful. These little moments, done every single day, make a massive difference.
When you do these simple exercises consistently, you are literally rewiring your brain.
You're building new neural pathways, new highways for English to flow naturally, until this statement right here feels completely and totally true.
And once that happens, oh man, everything changes. The struggle just kind of melts away and natural growth begins. English finally stops being this subject that you have to study, and it just becomes a part of who you are. And that is the entire goal.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Your ability to speak English will transform the very moment your mindset about it changes. It's not about perfect grammar. It's not about a huge vocabulary. It's about truly believing deep down that this is possible for you.
Hey, if this explainer helps shift your perspective even a little bit, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and maybe share it with someone else you know who might be feeling stuck. Your new English mindset starts right now. Thanks so much for tuning in.